Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's me, Jessica. I'm back, your health fitness program manager, pardon me, from McLean. And I'm here today to guide you through your total body with a emphasis on the shoulders and the core uh, Tabata HIIT circuit. All right. So I do recommend that for today's class, you have either some slightly light weights. I'm thinking about going for some 5 pound weights in my hands, maybe some 3 pound weights, or perhaps you have some gloves. I know I love to use those gloves so that my hands are open. We're going to get started in just about 1 minute with a quick warm up. Oopsie doodles. I recommend having some water nearby. I'm going to quickly grab some for myself while I set this timer. And also while I breathe slightly heavily from rushing. Are you guys rushing as well? We don't have to rush. We got plenty of time. All right, so we're working within our traditional Tabata circuit today. So we've got 8 rounds of the same move. We'll do one side for 4 rounds to work to burn out that muscle group just a little bit, and then we will switch to the other. Oh, I know. Yay, yay, yay. What do you guys think of my new rug? I'm so excited to have this awesome, giant, soft new rug underneath of me so that I can sweat on it. Cool. Let me just chuck the internet right here. And once again, say, welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for coming to today's total body with the emphasis on the shoulders and abdominal core HIIT circuit. I'm still Jessica. I'm just a little bit older. And so are you. So let's not waste any more time. We're going to come right into it, starting as usual with the gentle lateral side to side step tap and some shoulder rolls. Keep it up. Make sure that you're drawing that core in gently. And go ahead, change direction of those shoulder rolls. Oh, already, I'm finding that this feels so good. I hope that you're feeling like it feels quite good as well. Next, I want you to give me some jump and jack arms. So if you want, you can stay with me today, keeping the intensity a little bit longer. Living here on the second floor, I'm taking out some of the jumps and just stepping to the side. But if you're not on the second floor, if you're somewhere where you can go full out, I want you to give me those big old jacks. I'm going to add in just a couple just to challenge myself. We got 10 seconds left of these big jack arms coming straight up and straight down. Awesome. Relax those hands down. Shake them out just a little bit. Let's get ready to warm up that core gently with some cross body punches. So you can once again keep that intensity a little low. And I just want you to punch up towards the corner. Keep those shoulders pulled down and back. Keep that belly pulled in nice and tight. Really start to find that twist right here through the center line of your body. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. We're going to take that punch from the sky and just take it shoulder height. So to the side. Make sure you're breathing, keeping that belly pulled in. Starting to warm up those legs with a little bit of a side lunge. 3, 2. Take that punch down towards the floor. So keeping those feet planted if you need to, or still tapping it out right here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, just shake it out. So proud of you for getting up from your desk and joining me today. Next up, we're going to do some Frankensteins. So you can either just keep a little bit of a march. I'm going to step, 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 kick, step, 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 kick. If you're confused about those steps at all, we're just alternating those kicks. Notice that I'm keeping my chest lifted, just using the range of motion that I can find with my legs with those delightfully tight hamstrings today. So maybe your kick is a little bit lower, or maybe it's super low. That's okay too. Got my toes flexed towards my face to get a little bit more engagement on the back of those legs. We're going to get one more on each side. And then we're going to come to the back of our mat, do a nice little inchworm. Oh, I forgot how much the mat shifts on a rug. All right, so starting at the back of the mat, inhale those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, belly tight, hinge forward, walk yourself out. Shift those shoulders on top of your hands, palms, and then walk yourself back. You can stay hinged over, or you can challenge yourself to come all the way up. We're going to get 3 more. Just going for 4 inchworms in this warm up, starting to warm up those wrists just a little bit. Great work, great work. Last 2. Do you still have that core in nice and tight? I bet you do. Hold on while I tuck my shirt in. Get that last one in. If you finish before me, I want you to stand up and come into either a march or a boxer's shuffle. So just keep some movement going. Let me show you what's happening for move number 1. All right, move number 1, we're going to use some weights. If you decided that you want to use weights today, I'm going to use these 5-pounders to start. Remember, you can always put the weights down if you need to. So we're continuing with one of the moves that we did in our warm-up and just adding a little intensity. So we're going for a squat and then a punch and twist. If you don't want to squat all the way down, you can keep a nice little mini squat. If you have any trouble with your squats, if you find that you squat and your heels are coming up off the floor and the weight's coming into the balls of your feet, no, my friend. We want to have the weight in the balls of our feet in our heels for our squat. So you can always squat down, even actually sitting in a chair, then stand up and punch. So just working to, with control, sit yourself down or getting that air squat in. We're going to just alternate where our side punch is for all 8 rounds. Are you ready? Grab those weights. Take a sip of water if you want to. Just checking on the internet. One more time, please pardon me. And let's go ahead and get started, everyone. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Great. You got a solid 5-minute warm up. And we're just squatting and punching, keeping that chest lifted. I want you to really rotate from that core as much as you can. So my hips are still staying pretty squared towards the front of the room. Yay, take a break. So if you don't have any weights in your hands, you can obviously move a lot faster, get those punches in a lot more fiercely. Ready? Go for it. So using weights, I thought that was a spider. Using weights is just an option to challenge yourself a little bit more. But if you are using these weights, I want you to move at the pace that's right for you. And also the depth that's right for you. So you can be going for these little, take a break, mini squats, as long as you're keeping the weight in your heels. That's what's important. 3, 2, round 3. Here we go. Squat, punch. We got a couple of these kind of twists and overhead press motions today. So just be kind to your body. Oh, my glutes. 3, 2, awesome. So every day is different. Keep that in mind. It's all going to depend on how you slept, how you ate. What exercises did you do yesterday? Begin. Squat, press. It feels hot as the dickens in here today. Also, I noticed that Fred found the blackout curtains and has been chewing on them. Yes, Fred, I'm talking about you. And you did not get peanuts today because you ate the curtain. I hope it was delicious. Halfway through. Ready? Go. Keep that nice diagonal line. So even as you're punching up overhead, you're doing your best to not let those shoulders creep towards your ears. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Keep breathing, keep moving, shake it out. I like to not stand completely still during these 10 seconds of rest. Last 2 rounds. You can hear me using my breath. Let me hear you using yours too. Still keeping that chest up. Yay, where's that weight? I know, it's in your hands, but it's in your heels for your squat. Ready? Here we go. Squat, twist. What are you looking forward to this week? What are you proud of yourself for already today? Awesome, we got that last round to go. Just some things to think about while you're here pushing yourself. You're already amazing. So I hope that you know that. Let's do it. Squat, twist. So we're getting just as much time in our circuit today as we do when we get in a little super Tabata. Which do you think is easier? Take a break, working for 40 seconds, and then taking that 20-second break. Shake those hands out. Put your weight down if you want to. Let me tell you about move number 2. All right, so we're going to start now doing a move 4 times on one side and then 4 times on the other side. Your choice which side you're going to begin with. Next up, using that hip flexor, still working into those obliques. I challenge you to bring your arms up overhead if you can, and then elbow to knee. If your elbow's touching your knee, see if you can get a little inside, outside motion. If it's too much for you to have those arms up overhead, you can have your hands right here at your chest. Want to make it harder? That's right. You can add a weight. Are you ready? We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. I'm going to hold on to this medicine ball. We started, everyone. So just elbow to knee. Or I'd rather say knee to elbow. Keep some good length on this opposite side of your body. Take a break. Find that drive. Ooh, we're taking a break. We're going to come to that same leg again. Whichever leg you started with, you get 3 more rounds in 2, 1, begin. Got that knee driving out to the side. Just turn sideways so you can see what's happening. Working on that little inside, outside action. Yeah, take your break. So we're challenging your balance here. You're going to have to engage your abs a little bit more just to stay upright. It helps also if you find the spot to focus your eyes. Begin. Focus your eyes. Use that breath. It's okay if your elbow and knee are not actually touching. Just keep going. You got this. I bet you look awesome at home. Oh, one more time on this side. Last time on this side. We'll switch to the other side, and then we get to come down to the floor. 3, 2, last time, same side. So we're decreasing the space between the lower rib and the hip on whichever side you have that knee driving. You're getting some stabilizing in, though, of your other leg. So it's normal if that glute is starting to feel tired. Shake it out for just a second. Get ready. We're going to switch to the other side. Other leg is going to drive. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Were you ready when I said 1? Or did you wait for it? I hope you got ready ahead of time because we just got 20 seconds of work at a time. And then you get that break. So try not to dilly-dally. But if you need an extra second to rest, that's okay too. Starting to feel it in these shoulders as well. Holding this weight up overhead. 3, 1. Here we go. Ooh, I promise y'all, I did not slack off exercise-wise during my time off last week. Saw some of you in our Wednesday live stream class, which was awesome. Take a break. That's right, when you love exercise, you make sure to get it in, even on time off, even on your birthday. All right, do you feel that squeeze of that space between lower rib and hip? We're almost done. We're almost coming to the floor. Are you sweating? Because I am sweating. We got one more round. Just shaking it out a little between rounds and begin. We'll give ourselves a nice little relaxation in those hips right after we finish this round. 10 seconds left. You're worth it. You got it. All right, put that weight down. If you were using a weight, fix my mat for just a sec. Give me some hip circles right here. Couple in one direction, make some really big circles, and then give me a couple in the opposite direction. Continue just circling those hips. I'm going to show you what we got coming up next. We're going to go for some form of an elevator plank jack. You can make this as easy or as hard as you want to. I know that the elevator is really challenging for me, so maybe you do it on your knees. I'll demo on my knees just to be smart and safe. So coming down, lifting yourself up, and then I'm asking you to give yourself a little plank jack at the back. So maybe you step it out 1 foot at a time, or maybe you jack it out both feet at a time. If you're staying on your knees, you can always tap one knee out and then the other. So come on down, meet me on the floor, your choice. If you're not going to give me that elevator, maybe add in a shoulder tap. You can add in a little bear if you want to. Let's have fun. Let's see what we can do in 3. Hold on. 2, tucking in my shirt. 1, begin. So coming down and then pressing yourself back up in a good plank. So hips are in line with or right below shoulders, and then jacking it out to the back. And then can you alternate either each time or the next time the clock beeps with which arm comes down first? Take a break. Worst case scenario, I'm asking you to just hold your plank for 20 seconds. Maybe you just get that jack in the back. You ready? Begin. So if the elevator up down is too much for you, you can always just stay right here or work to add that tap in the back. But make sure that your hips aren't high towards the sky. You want to pull that chest forward. Eye gaze gently forward as well. So no tucking your chin. Take a break. Don't tuck your chin to your chest. Don't look towards your knees. Look gently forward towards your fingertips. Ready for round 3? Press into those hands, palms. Awesome. So that back is nice and engaged. Your core is working to stabilize you. You're getting that elevator plank, and then you're getting that jack. So you're moving at the pace that works for you. I'm moving nice and slow today. Take a break. So my goal right now is to get 2, maybe 3 per round. Ready? Begin. So I'm going to start in that forearm plank. Press myself up. The wider that your hands are, the wider that your feet are, the more stable base that you're going to have while you're planking. Awesome. Take your break. Maybe you send your hips back towards your heels in child's pose. Maybe a couple shoulder rolls. 3, 2, 1. Now, as we're starting to get sweaty, I want you to be careful. Maybe you need to bring a towel to your mat. Maybe if you're sweating too much, you eliminate this elevator and you just hold on to your plank and have that jack at the back. Take your break. Y'all, we are more than halfway through this move. This is a little sweat maker. 3, 2, 1, begin. So remember, you're either just planking or adding in that elevator or planking with that back jack. Move with intention and come into that break. We'll take a nice stretch for that low back in just 1 minute. Not even. Come on into it. We've got our last 40 seconds of actual work happening. Keep those eyes forward. 3, 2, 1. Take your break. One more time through, everyone. Then we're going to stand up. We got one more standing move, and then abs on the floor. Ready? Plank it out. Last time, maybe you're just holding in that plank. Maybe planks are really hard for you, and you're just working from being in tabletop to stepping those legs back to coming back to tabletop. As long as you're doing something, as long as you know that there's a challenge, take a break. There's going to be a change. All right, hands, palms right underneath of your chest, shoulders, hips stacked on top of knees. Give yourself a couple of cat-cows right here. Slow down that exhale. Bring your heart rate down just a little bit. Look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. And then let's make our way back to our feet. So tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling, walk hands towards feet, or feet towards hands, shift weight into heels. Roll yourself up. Roll those shoulders out. I want you to just keep moving while I tell you what's coming up next and while I sweat on everything. Okay, so next up, 2 different options for this move. We've got a wood chopper. So the simplest of moves. I'm going to hold on to this ball. So I like to have a variety of equipment around. I've been purchasing it over the years. You can too, because we're all still young at heart. We got plenty of years left for exercise. All right, so the simplest version of this wood chopper is we're going to reach up overhead. We've already done this today, but this time we got both hands reaching up at the same time. And then you can chop it down like you're literally chopping wood to take a little slight bend in the knees. Pardon me, a slight bend in the knees. Hips send back behind you for a little squat. That's one option for your wood chopper. If you want to make it a little bit harder, we're going to bring those arms up overhead and then step it back into a lunge. So lunge up overhead and then knee drive. I'm going to start with the squat. I'm going to give you some options for how to continue to challenge yourself as we move through all 4 rounds on one side. You ready? In 3, 2, 1, begin. So arms up overhead to the side. Squat, chop down, bring that weight down. So a nice little twist. I feel it in the side of my body as I extend my arms up. Oh, I feel that nice stretch. Got that weight in the heels. And if you take a break, if you don't have any weights, that's totally okay too. So now I'm going to add that lunge in. So as my arms are up, my leg is behind me. Adding in a knee drive. So just lunge, and if you want, you can just step it back in to keep it easier on round 1. We'll definitely add that drive in if you're increasing the challenge with me around 3. I'm not bringing my knee all the way to the floor. You can, just challenging the stability, stepping back a little bit right here. Awesome. Round 2 is done. Round 3, add in that knee drive if you can. So you can always squat or just reach and knee drive. Here we go. So we got that lunge, knee drive, lunge, knee drive. Ooh, makes it a little bit harder. Got to use that core big time to help you stabilize right here. Awesome. We got one more time through on the same side. You choose how you want to make the movement happen, and then we'll switch to the other side. Ready? Begin. So I'm just going to keep it simple on this last round. Just work to chop that wood. Coming back into that squat. Keep that weight in your heels if you're joining me in the squat. Pressing up through those heels to stand. Yay! Ready to switch to the other side? Me too. Take a moment, roll those shoulders out. Gonna reach those arms up overhead. So just squat and twist. So starting off nice and easy. Same way we did on the other side. Think about how much force you'd really need to chop that wood. So pull that core in and be in control of your body at the bottom. Awesome. Take a break. Are we stepping it up together? If so, we're going to add in that step back. Starting with that leg back, I think is the easiest. So you can add that knee drive in to begin, or you can just step back, bring your hands right by your hips. So I'm literally just reaching, looking in the opposite direction, working that core, challenging balance right here. My eyes are following my body. Gonna add the knee drive in next time round. Or keep it if you already brought it to the party. Arms up, here we go. Knee drive. And if you need to, you can always step your feet together, then add that knee drive in. Oh my gosh, my balance is all over the place today, and that's okay. Take a break, because the most important thing is that you show up. Show up and work with what you got that day. You know what I mean? All right, ready? Here we go. Last time through, maybe add a little bit more, oh my gosh, into your lunge. Just breaking in this new carpet, y'all. Rugs on carpets. Sorry, I mean, mats on carpets are hard. All right. We're going to make our way down to the floor. We got one last move to go. Sorry, neighbor. Last up, we're going to go for a sit up to overhead press. All right, so keeping those knees bent, pressing the soles of the feet down towards the floor. We're going to sit up and press up overhead. So I'm not using the weights to throw myself up and then follow the weights. Weights are staying at my chest to press into the floor, to sit up and then punch up overhead, and with control, lay yourself down. You really want to keep that core in. If this is too much for you with the weights, I want you to just put the weights down, keep that lower back on the floor, and work with a little bit of a reach forward, really engaging those abs, and then just try it. Maybe try it halfway through once your abs are firing up a little bit more. You ready? Last round, 3, 2, 1, begin. So down on the floor, sit up, press up overhead, carefully lower down. Or remember, you're just staying down on the floor, keeping that lower back down, keeping that chin towards your chest. Take a break. If you're feeling any pain in your neck, it means you need to engage those abs a little bit more. Ready? Begin. So sit up, press up, lower down. Maybe you want to add in a cross body punch. So now I've got a little overhead press for 1, and then cross body punch on 2. Awesome. Take a break. Shake out those shoulders. I know mine are feeling tired. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So either you're right down here on the floor and you're just reaching forward, keeping your neck and spine in line, or you're using weights if you got them to sit yourself up, press up overhead. So this is one that you can do if you just got one weight. Holding on to both heads, take a break of the dumbbell is also an option. Ready? Begin. So sitting yourself up, you can always just one hand press up, come back down. So we're not using the weight as momentum to lift up. We're using those abs. I know, we're so lucky. Awesome. Take your break. Halfway through, we got this. Just 2 minutes left of work. We'll get a quick stretch in. You ready? Start those sit-ups. I'm adding in that cross body punch again. I like to add some of these punches and presses to the workout, just challenging your core a little bit differently. Ooh, take a break. Challenging that range of motion a little bit more realistic than just sticking with the same exact move each time. Go for it. Sit yourself up. There's so many more times in life when we're actually reaching for something and we're reaching like ahead of us with something heavy. Think about putting something heavy on a shelf in your kitchen. Take a break. Or in your closet. It's usually not just straight up. We got to get that ahead of us motion. We're working on that right here. Go for it. Last 2 rounds. Fred, I still cannot believe you ate those curtains, bird. I've been watching The Real Housewives of Potomac. And that one housewife has such a good African gray. Take a break. Such a good bird, Fred. Take notice. All right, last round, everyone. Here we go. 3, 2, begin. Make sure you're still lowering down with control. So one vertebrae at a time. Coming back down to that mat. Oh, that's fun. I added that overhead press while I'm down here at the bottom. Oh, we made it, everyone. Go ahead, draw your knees in towards your chest. Keep your lower back down on the floor. Gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Stretch through the crown of your head to the wall behind you. Give yourself some gentle circles with your knees. Let's change direction of those gentle circles. All right, if all you have is exactly 30 minutes, this is time. But if you got an extra minute or two to stick around, to be kind with yourself, to stretch it out, we're going to make that happen. It's a Monday. So go ahead, plant one foot down. Let's extend the other foot up towards the ceiling. We did a little bit of leg work, so we're just stretching out those hamstrings a little bit. Flex your toes to your face and point them and flex and point. One more time. And then let's come into a figure 4 stretch, focusing on opening that knee away from you. We're going to keep the other foot down on the floor because we're getting this big hip flexor opener as opposed to like really working on the stretch in towards the glutes because there was a lot of hip opening today in our moves. Did you feel it? I felt it. Take one more big breath. And then let's switch. Plant your opposite foot down. Inhale your previously bent knee up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot and point your foot. And flex and point. Last time, and then cross it over. Work to bring those 2 knees in one line. So really, stretching that leg, that outer edge of your knee towards the wall, away from you, keeping that lower back, keeping those glutes down on the floor. Do you feel that opening right here in your hip? I hope so. Great work. Flip over. Come on into tabletop. Give yourself 2 cat-cows in each direction. These are great stretches you can do from your desk as well. So while you're seated at your desk throughout the day, just bringing your hands towards your knees or maybe towards the desk in front of you, getting some flexion and extension through your spine. You can get that same hip opener that we just did, just crossing your legs into a figure 4. Go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Pedal through your heels, bring your belly closer towards your thighs, really press into those hands palms. So no sagging through the shoulders, like you're pushing the floor away from you. Create a little bit more space in your neck, shoulder area, and then walk your hands to your feet and your feet to your hands. And slowly roll yourself up. At the top, I just want you to open and close those arms. Let's get a nice quick little stretch into those shoulders because we worked them today as well. So just crossing one arm over your body, making sure you're not grabbing at your elbow, either grabbing above or below. You can bring that shoulder a little closer towards your chin. And then open up to the sides. Let's get the opposite side. Awesome work today, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking around for an extra second to get this great stretch on. Encourage you, as I mentioned before, to just keep getting some good stretches throughout the day. As you can, at least once an hour, find at least one stretch that you can do. If you need any suggestions, reach out to us. And otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Can't wait to see you for more classes throughout the week. Bye, everyone.